My friends, welcome to another video on our channel. In this video we will talk about the search for the Titan submarine. We will explore how the US Army is helping in the search for the missing submarine and how this type of accident is usually lethal and the difficulties in finding a sunken submarine at the bottom of the ocean. We will have a brief discussion about the history of submarines and how this important weapon of war, one of the most technologically advanced that exists, has always coexisted with accidents, some well known. But before that, I want to ask you to subscribe to our channel, enjoy the video and share it to make our channel reach more people and grow. And let's go to the video. First, let's do a brief detailing of the history of submarines. From very early on, humanity has employed a variety of methods to travel underwater for exploration, recreation, research and significantly, war. Submarines became an important factor in naval warfare during the First World War when Germany used them to destroy surface merchant ships. The history of submarines begins long before their creation in 1620. The theory of Greek mathematician and inventor Archimedes and the discovery of the influence of thrust on bodies immersed in fluids were the basis for the creation of submarines and vehicles that move on water. The first model in the history of submarines was created in 1620 by Dutchman Cornelis Drebbel. Around 1890, with the creation of combustion engines and improvements in electric motors, submarines began to experience exponential growth and their military capabilities only increased until they became an extremely important piece for attacking and defending a coast. From 1955 onwards, the first nuclear submarines emerged, a reality that significantly changed their way of operating. If before they had to return to the atmosphere frequently, now they would be able to remain underwater for several years in a row. And so we come to present day where high-tech submersibles have started doing deep water tourism, and then we come to the accident of the Titan submersible. The Titan, as I said, is a small submersible that carried 5 people disappeared last Sunday, June 18th. Its main function was to take tourists to visit the wreckage of the very famous Titanic. This submersible combines high technology with safety and comfort. However, on Monday it was reported as missing. This triggered a series of actions to try to locate the submarine and its passengers. The submersible, which weighs about 10 tons, took tourists on an expedition to the wreckage of Titanic ship that sank in 1912. Now we will talk about the difference between a submersible and a submarine. A submersible depends on communication with its mothership on surface for safe diving. That is, information must be constant between mothership and submersible. Submarines can dive independently with total autonomy. Several factors influence ongoing rescue efforts for Titan. The crew of 5 had at most 96 hours of emergency air when they first descended. Their last communication was about 100 minutes after descent. The victims are being searched for by Boston's Coastal Force. Canada is also participating in search for submersible with a boat and an airplane. In a statement cited by media, OceanGate Expeditions Company organizing excursions said it intends to explore and mobilize all options to bring crew back safely. Throughout history, some accidents have caused enormous commotion, even becoming scenes from movies or theater. Given enormous commotion and impact they caused, among most famous we can highlight the Russian nuclear submarine K-141 Kursk sank in the Barents Sea on August 12, 2000 after 2 explosions in its bow. All 118 men on board died. A fire aboard the Russian deep-sea research submarine Losharik killed 14 crew members. 5 of those on board survived, according to reports. The Argentine diesel-electric submarine disappeared in November 2017. After weeks of search and rescue, it was declared, and the 44 people on board declared dead. On April 8, 1970, a fire disabled the Soviet nuclear-powered ship K-8 in the Bay of Biscay, forcing the crew to abandon the submarine. The U.S. Navy's nuclear-powered attack submarine Scorpion disappeared in the Atlantic Ocean with 99 men on board in May 1968. This type of accident is rare due to the high technology employed in submersibles, but fires, breakdowns and even collisions can happen. And because they are extremely valuable and high-tech weapons pieces, when accidents occur, the owning nations often hide the reasons for the accident to protect secrets and possible design flaws. The search for a missing submarine is always a difficult task. The depth of the ocean and weather conditions can make it difficult to locate the submarine. In addition, even if the submarine is found, it may be difficult to rescue the crew alive. Submarine accidents are dramatic and tend to be much more fatal than other types of vessels, especially due to the scarce time to find those who disappear at sea. It is a race against time under affliction that perhaps men are still alive at bottom of sea waiting for rescue. And bottom of sea, despite all our technology, is not so simple to access. Therefore, it is very difficult to rescue given conditions. And in case of Titan submersible, what could have caused accident and subsequent disappearance? But before that, I want to ask you to subscribe to our channel. This helps us produce more content for you. The possible causes are numerous, and below we will list main ones. A power outage could have caused loss of communication. A short circuit could have caused a fire on board, which would cause serious damage to vessel systems and also create toxic smoke, a great danger for those on board. And at depths where Titanic is, pressure is gigantic, which may have caused damage to submersible, causing flooding. And with strong underwater currents and a field of Titanic debris at bottom of ocean, submersible may have gotten stuck on debris or with path blocked. In case of accident in submersible from loss of communication between mothership and submersible, it is necessary to initiate search and rescue processes. This process is usually divided into two phases. First is process of locating submersible, a difficult process given loss of communication and difficulties that aquatic environment imposes. Second phase is rescue, which every moment that passes becomes more difficult to find life after all oxygen becomes increasingly less available for crew. U.S. Army is playing an important role in search for Titan submarine. They are providing resources and equipment to help in search. In addition, U.S. Army is working closely with Canadian authorities to coordinate search. Search for missing submarine is difficult task. Depth of ocean and weather conditions can make it difficult to locate submarine. In addition, even if submarine is found, it may be difficult to rescue crew alive. Search effort is incorporating aircraft sonar buoys and sonars to listen for any sound. Canadian Armed Forces and U.S. Coast Guard have sent aircraft to remote area of North Atlantic. Coast Guard said its priority is to locate vessel. If crews find vessel in water, rescue plans will be formed. At this point, Coast Guard will contact us, Navy, Canadian Armed Forces and private industry partners to assess what underwater rescue capability may be available. We hope submarine will be found soon and that everyone on board is safe. Thank you for watching our video about search for Titan submarine. Leave your like and subscribe to channel, and see you next time.